Okay, so this is like the first Yu-Gi-Oh related video I've done since I've been back, and this is take 2 on it. So hopefully this goes well, and hopefully it isn't nearly as long-winded as the last one, because the last one was like 18 minutes and shit like that. So I don't want to fucking bore the fuck out of you with something like that. So I don't have everything to present this deck. I'm missing one card. This is the deck that I'm going to be playing at locals tomorrow. It's going to be, this is kind of like version 1 and everything, so I'm playing around with concepts. It's not hard and solid ground and everything, so like I said, I'm just messing around with some concepts. I want to make this a more anti-meta version of Noble Knights, more like a stun version, if anything. I do like the hero version. I don't like the fact that you need to play Sparkman in it. I kind of hate that. And it's kind of like the same reason I don't like the bunny version. But, again, you have to play Sparkman in that too, which kind of sucks and everything. But let's get down to the card and talk about some of the shit that I'm doing. So, is it going to fall? Is it going to quit moving? Alright, we're good. So, monster spells, traps, extra deck, side deck. So, let's move some shit out of the way and start talking. So, first of all, monster lineup. And this is where like my one proxy is right now. It's Noble Knight Metarod. Play 3 of these, going with the rest of the engine. 3 Noble Knight Gawains, 3 Archetypes, and 1 Lancelin. This is pretty standard for Noble Knights. You have to play 3 Metarod. He's pretty much the engine monster of the entire deck. He's the guy that gets your combos off. You gotta make sure really quick rank 4 and rank 5 exceeds, and he's actually like a really confusing card because like a lot of people on DN don't understand that if he's not equipped with a Noble Arms equip card, he is a normal light monster. So that means you can use him in conjunction with Gawain. And you treat Gawain like Keyzon in Legendary 6 Sams. So if you have the Metarod, you know, you can do all kinds of plays. Like if you have your Arfudator play up and everything, you can equip Arfudator to Metarod, pop a card with Arfudator's effect, activate Metarod's effect, special summon another Noble Knight from your deck, like Archetypes, for example, and then kill the equip. And then on top of that, your Arfudator will re-equip. You can put it onto one of your Noble Knights. You probably want to put it on Archetypes on it, but then you can pop another set card and then special summon your Gawain on top of that. There you have 1 turn Shockmaster. So you can do that very often and shit like that. So I really like that option of being able to do shit like that. You also have the option going rank 5s with Lancelin in the deck, and I treat Lancelin like Grandmaster of the 6 Sams. You can only control one of them at one time. He's recyclable with his own effect and shit like that. So you really only need to play one of them, and he's not nearly as critical to the deck as maybe Grandmaster is, because Grandmaster is a critical monster in 6 Sams. Lancelin really isn't. So he's just kind of one of those back burner, okay, I need to make a rank 5, let me see if I can get to him type shit. So, and your rank 5s aren't nearly as important in the deck either. So, moving on, more monsters, Triple Thunder King or IO. The reason I'm playing the stun variation, reason I'm maxing out on Thunder King is because everyone in my meta is playing Fire Fist, just like a lot of people's metas are. If they can get a hold of the bears and the gorillas and the little continuous spell cards that are just adding shit to hand, then this is the best card to combat all of that. And what I noticed about this deck is that its consistency is amazing. And there's lots and lots of hands that I'll just open up Thunder King with like 2 traps and a spell or something like that. So I'll just play Protect the Thunder King the entire game. It doesn't conflict at all really with the deck, since it's only going to conflict with 4 cards in the entire deck, which are Sangan, your Rhoda, and your 2 Potted Dualities. And you're going to know when to play those anyway. So It's one thing is like hopefully your Thunder King won't be on the board at that same time, but you know, being able to slow the tempo of the game and being able to negate a special summon is always a damn good thing, and Thunder King is just an amazing card. And plus, you know, it's a light target, so you can use it with Honest, and you can banish it with Black Luster, shit like that. So, Double Breaker. I'm playing Double Breaker because, for one, I love the card. You know, he comes out, no response, he's a 19 beater, he can pop back rows, and he's a dark target, so I can special Black Luster out. And, that's one of the reasons I wanted to play a Chaos version of this, is because, you know, I just play Black Luster Soldier. And you can do so much stuff with Black Luster in this that you can't do with other decks that, you know, just simply just play him because you can. But he's also the reason I'm not maining MSTs in it. I'm siding the MSTs, but I like having the dark body instead of just having, you know, the dead draw MST that you really can't do anything. If your opponent has no back row, it's kind of, oh crap, I got a useless card. Breaker, you're not going to get that scenario. So, moving on. Your Tour Guide engine. You're really only going to use this for your rank 3s. You're not really even going to pay attention to Sangan unless you get your Sangan very, very early on in the game before you get your Tour Guides, and you're only going to use your Sangan to get your Tour Guide or you get your Honest. So, that's it. Like I said, it's just going to go into your rank 3s. And you really don't abuse rank 3s all that much, but you need a consistent engine to get darks into the graveyard since you play lots and lots of lights. So you have to have that consistent engine. Honest, like I said, your deck is predominantly light targets. Even with the extra deck, is predominantly light targets. So you have lots and lots and lots of chances to use this. And, you know, if your opponent knows that you're playing Honest in your deck, they're always going to be scared to attack you. And Honest is just one of those cards you can keep it until you really, really need it. Your opponent makes that one fatal mistake, you drop it, and then you can start busting their ass for it. And then Gores, keep you from being OTK'd because you play minimum back row, and Black Luster Soldier, like I said. Your end game is going to be through your Exceeding and BLS. 99.9% of the time you might get it with Gorge or you might get it with a Thunder King. But you can do a lot of other stuff with BLS because of your Noble Army equips that I'm playing in the deck. When you equip it with a Galatin, you're going to get a 4,000 beat stick that can attack twice and can banish monsters. Why would you pass that up? If you equip it with an Archetype, you get a 2500 that can attack twice, that can banish cards, and can pop cards. Yeah, you know, especially with our Archetype, you're going to take a minor attack hit with BLS, but you're saving yourself from those deep prisons, your mirror forces, and shit like that. Your opponent is wanting to swing into and get rid of this guy. Well, you have an answer for it with our Archetype. Onto spells. Double Duality. It's pretty standard. This was going in between this and Hidden Armory, which Hidden Armory is good, but the equips aren't as pertinent to the deck as other builds. So Duality is just a better consistency card anyway. Onto more staples. Reborn Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, Book of Moon, Reinforcement, and Pot of Avarice. And then the 4 equips are Archetype and 2 Gladens. 2 of each. So, these are the 2 better ones. Like, Caliburn isn't really that good. And if we get a better one with freaking Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy, that would be amazing and everything. But Gladden, like I said, it pops all your guys up by 1,000 attack. It reduces them by 200 permanently every standby phase, but hey, you got 5 turns where your big warrior is bigger, a lot bigger, so why not pass that up? And then our Archetype, you can pop set cards. Now it's just not set traps and set spells, you can pop set monsters as well. So if you think your opponent has the Raikou, equip the Archetype, activate the effect, pop the Raikou, and shit like that. So, and these also Butterfly Dagger as well. So it's really, really funny when your opponent, you equip the Noble Arms, and then you swing, and then your opponent attempts to MST during battle phase. their effects will activate. So if you have that Noble Knight on board, let's say like the monster that you are attacking with is a Noble Knight, and it's equipped with the Gladden. So you attack, they MST, the Gladden will activate when it hits the graveyard and re-equip to that Noble Knight. So, you know, they pretty much just wasted the MST. And that's happened a lot because people don't realize the Butterfly Dagger effect. On to traps. 1 Solemn Judgment, of course, 2 Warning, 2 Deprison, 2 Bottomless, and 2 Compulse. That's pretty much, there's no explanation needed for those. On to extra deck. Let's see, did I put... I did, okay. Extra deck. 1 Noble Knight, King Archetype. He's a really damn good guy. He's actually one of your in-game monsters, and he's a damn big Xyz. If you already have 2 of your equips in the graveyard that are different names, so you have 1 Archetype and 1 Gladden, when he's Xyz summoned, he automatically equips those to Noble Knights on the field, and if he's your only one, you equip him to himself. So he's going to become a 3,000 beater that once per turn you can remove material to pop, in that scenario, 2 set cards on your opponent's side of the field. And I just got a text. Yay. So pop 2 set cards, and then you have the option of popping a third with our Vulturous effect. And you're going to make him 25, but that's still pretty decent. So 1 Roach, 1 Heroic Champion Excalibur, Light Warrior. See where I'm going? See where I'm going? 1 Gandiva. Gandiva is interesting. We got wind-up players at locals, and Gandiva really kind of screws over wind-ups. You are able to make turn 1 rank 4s very easily, and if you have Gandiva on the field, it really makes wind-up players have to work to try to get an Xyz on board, since you can just activate its effect to pop off their sharks or their magicians or whatever. 1 Shockmaster, again, you can make very easily turn 3 Shockmasters with the deck, and that's always really nice. Utopia Ray, there you go. 1 Blade Armor Ninja. Like I said, through all of this, like, I'm trying to stack this with as many warriors as possible, even with the extra deck. Like I said, Blade Armor Ninja, you pop him with a Gladden, he's a 32 twice attacker. So, I mean, that's freaking awesome. 1 Maestroke, 1 Gaga Cowboy. Again, you can do crazy shit with your equips with him. 1 Zen Mains, 1 Levier, 1 Tempo. And your rank 5s, I'm keeping this down to a minimum because you make the least of these, but you still need to have the option. 1 Adrius and 1 Crimson Armor Ninja. Crimson Armor is he's interesting. If you pop the Gladden onto him and you have a 34 that you can remove an Xyz material and he can't be destroyed by battle or by card effects, and that's freaking amazing. So you can just, if you can get this out, and you can just start going in on your opponent's ass. So it's pretty much like a free 24 for 2 turns. That's pretty awesome. So yeah, I'll go into side deck really quick. In side deck, I wanted to make this hand trap heavy. I really wasn't in favor of playing hand traps game 1 with his deck, so I can just take out stuff out of the main deck, and then I won't have dead hand traps game 1. That's what I really didn't want to have. So I can just modify it for game 2, and you know, if I need the Maxi or I need the Crows or the Effect Failures, then I can just modify it as such. So double Maxi, double DD Crow. I play lots of Chaos and locals too. Like, people are playing Chaos Dragons a lot again. So they try to go for a shitty fucking play, just Crow whatever they're going to target. And then you have another dark target for your BLS later on. Double Effect Failure, double MST. Again, like, I can take shit out. Like if I need more back row destruction than what I already have, I'll just pop in the MSTs. But like I said, I'd choose playing Breaker over MST just so I can have that body to be behind it and pretty much have the same effect. 2 Prohibition. Prohibition is always really damn good, and if you pretty much need Prohibition in every side deck. I'm just gonna say that. So 3 goes in match, and 2 Rivalry of Warlords. Now I wish this was switched, but I can't find one of my other rivalries, so I'm playing 3 goes and 2 rivalries. And again, one of the reasons I wanted to keep Warriors to a maximum in the deck is to make use of Rivalry, because lots of decks are hurt by Rivalry and they're hurt by Gozen. It's more hurt by Gozen than it is Rivalry, but you can kind of keep yourself in sync with the deck and keep your options to you can keep your options limited, but you can keep them healthy under this. You know, if you're locked in lights under Gozen, yeah, it's no problem because you have a shitload of lights. If you're trapped in darks, it's a little bit harder, but you can still make do with it. If you're stuck with Warriors, with Rivalry, absolutely no problem. You can seize like a motherfucker out of that. And one of the worst positions I've been in the entire time I've been testing this is have Rivalry up and being stuck with Thunder King. How is that a bad situation? You have a monster that is a negate special summon and is controlling the entire tempo of the game. So I mean that's still freaking amazing to be locked under with Rivalry and shit. So that's pretty much the deck right there. Like I said, it's like version 1, and I'm just trying out some of my own concepts and shit like that. So if you want to try it out, go right ahead. I don't care. Tell me what you think of it and shit like that. And like I said, I'm gonna play test this tomorrow, and I'll make a video, let you know how it worked, and I'll make changes after that and shit. So see you guys later. V85 over and out.